Have you ever wondered what to expect in the immigration and green card process for a 90-day fiancé visa? Well, you're not alone. Many find themselves asking this very question. And that's why we're here today, to shed light on this often complex and confusing journey. Throughout this video, we'll be walking you through each step of the process. We'll start off by explaining what exactly a 90-day fiancé visa is, followed by a detailed breakdown of the application process. Then, we'll explore what you can anticipate during this period and the subsequent steps you'll need to take. Lastly, we'll delve into the green card process, which is the final and perhaps the most crucial part of this journey. Our aim is to provide you with a comprehensive guide so you can navigate the process with confidence and ease. So, if you're ready, let's dive into the nitty-gritty of the 90-day fiancé visa process. First of all, what exactly is a 90-day fiancé visa? In the simplest terms, a 90-day fiancé visa, officially known as the K-1 visa, is a document that allows the foreign fiancé or fiancée of a United States citizen to enter the United States. It's like an invitation from Uncle Sam himself, saying, "Come on in and marry the love of your life." But let's break it down a little more. The 90-day part of the name isn't just for show. It represents a time limit. Once the foreign fiancé or fiancée steps foot on U.S. soil, the couple has exactly 90 days to tie the knot. If the wedding bells don't ring within this period, the visa expires and the individual must leave the country. It's a bit like Cinderella's curfew, but instead of a pumpkin carriage, we're talking about the possibility of a lifetime together. So, who can apply for this magical piece of paper? The eligibility requirements are straightforward. The U.S. citizen must first file a petition with the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Once approved, the foreign fiancé or fiancée can apply for the K-1 visa. Of course, there are some conditions. The couple must have met in person at least once within the last 2 years before filing the petition. Exceptions to this rule are rare and usually involve extreme hardship or cultural customs. The purpose of the 90-day fiancé visa is to give the couple time to prepare for their wedding and to allow the foreign fiancé or fiancée to become familiar with life in the United States. After the marriage, the foreign spouse can then apply for a green card, which is permanent residency. Remember, the 90-day fiancé visa isn't a shortcut or an easy way around immigration laws. It's a legal path designed for couples who are ready to commit to a life together and are willing to follow the necessary steps to make it happen. Now that we know what a 90-day fiancé visa is, let's move on to the application process. The application process for a 90-day fiancé visa can seem daunting, but don't worry, we're going to break it down for you. The journey to obtaining a 90-day fiancé visa, officially known as the K-1 non-immigrant visa, begins with the crucial first step, completing Form I-129F, Petition for Alien Fiancé. This form is used to declare the intention to marry a foreign national within 90 days of their arrival in the United States. It's worth noting that this form should be completed by the U.S. citizen partner. When filling out the form, it's important to be as detailed and accurate as possible. A single error can cause delays or even lead to the petition being denied. Part of the form includes questions about your relationship, so be prepared to share information about how you met, how your relationship developed, and your plans for the future. Along with the completed form, you'll need to compile a number of supporting documents. These include proof of citizenship, such as a birth certificate or passport, and evidence of your relationship. This could be anything from photographs and correspondence to travel records and affidavits from friends and family. Remember, the goal is to prove that your relationship is genuine. Once the form and all required documents are compiled, they should be sent to the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS. The current processing fee for the I-129F form is $435, so be sure to include a check or money order for this amount. After the petition is submitted, it's a waiting game. You may receive a notice of action from USCIS confirming receipt of your petition, and later, another notice stating whether your petition has been approved or denied. If approved, your case will be forwarded to the National Visa Center, or NVC. At this point, the foreign fiancé will need to complete the DS-160 form, online non-immigrant visa application. This form asks for more detailed personal information, including past travel history, work experience, and medical history. Once the form is submitted, the foreign fiancé will be scheduled for an interview at the U.S. Embassy or consulate in their home country. The interview is a crucial part of the process. The foreign fiancé will be asked questions about their relationship and intentions. It's important to answer honestly and consistently. If all goes well, the visa will be granted, and the foreign fiancé can finally travel to the United States. Remember, the 90-day Fiancé Visa is a one-time entry visa. Once the foreign fiancé enters the U.S., the couple must get married within 90 days, or the foreign fiancé must leave the country. With the application sent off, you might be wondering, what comes next? Once your application is in the system, the waiting game begins. And just like any other game, there are rules to play by, moves to anticipate, and a prize to be won. In this case, the prize is a 90-day fiancé visa and a new chapter in your life. Now, the time frame for processing these visas can vary greatly. It can be as short as a few months, or it can stretch out to over a year. This depends on a number of factors, including the volume of applications in the queue, the country you're applying from, and even the specific details of your case. It's a bit like waiting for your number to be called in a very, very large bakery. But instead of a fresh loaf of bread, you're waiting for a life-changing document. During this waiting period, you might also be called in for an interview. This is not something to be nervous about. Rather, think of it as an opportunity to tell your story, to share the love and commitment that has brought you to this point. It's a chance for the officials to get to know you, to understand your relationship, and to verify the details of your application. So, when that call comes, embrace it. Be open, be honest, and most importantly, be yourself. However, while you're waiting for that call or for the approval to come through, it's important not to put your life on hold. Continue living, continue planning, continue dreaming. This is not a period of limbo, but rather a time to prepare for the future. Use it to learn more about your partner's culture, to improve your language skills, if necessary, to research the place you'll be calling home. This preparation will not only help you pass the time, but it will also make your transition smoother once the approval comes through. Remember, this is a process, and like any process, it has its ups and downs. There might be moments of frustration, moments of doubt, moments when the wait seems unbearable. but hold on to the reason why you're in this in the first place. Love. Let that be your guiding light, your source of strength, your beacon of hope. And while you're navigating through this journey, don't hesitate to seek help. Reach out to immigration consultants, join online forums, connect with others who are going through the same process. You are not alone in this, and there's a whole community out there ready to offer support, advice, and a listening ear. In the end, the wait will be worth it. The moment when you hold that visa in your hands, the moment when you step off the plane and into the arms of your fiancé, the moment when you start your new life together, those moments are priceless. They are the reward for all the patience, all the perseverance, all the love. Patience is key during this time, but what happens when you finally get approved? Well, that's a story for the next scene. So stay tuned and remember, the best is yet to come. Congratulations. Your 90-day Fiancé Visa has been approved. So what happens now? Well, once the euphoria of approval fades, it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty. Your journey is just beginning. The next step? Traveling to the United States. Now it's important to remember that the 90-day Fiancé Visa is a one-time entry visa. This means that once you've entered the US, you can't leave and then re-enter on this same visa. So make sure you've tied up all loose ends in your home country before you take that flight. Once you're in the States, it's time to get hitched. Remember, the 90-day time frame is not a suggestion, it's a requirement. You must get married within these 90 days. This is not a trial period. It's not for dating or getting to know each other better. It's for marrying your US citizen fiancé. If the marriage doesn't take place within this time, unfortunately, the visa holder would be required to leave the US. Now, let's talk about after the wedding. You're married, you've thrown the bouquet, and the cake has been cut. What's next? It's time to change your immigration status. If you're planning to stay in the US and live there with your spouse, you'll need to apply for a green card, which is formally known as adjustment of status. This is the process through which you become a permanent resident of the US. This process involves filing a handful of forms with US Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS. You'll need to provide documentation that proves your marriage is legitimate and not just for the purpose of obtaining immigration benefits. This could include things like joint bank statements, a lease or mortgage in both your names, or even photos of your wedding. During this time, you may also apply for an employment authorization document, or EAD, which allows you to work in the US while your green card application is being processed. Similarly, you can apply for an advanced parole document, which would allow you to travel outside of the US and return while your application is still pending. It's important to remember that this process can take time, often several months. Patience is key. It's also crucial to ensure you're staying on top of any request for additional evidence or interviews from USCIS, as failing to respond can result in delays or even the denial of your application. However, the end result is worth it. Once you've received your green card, you're a legal permanent resident of the United States. You'll be able to live and work in the US indefinitely, and you're on the path towards US citizenship, should you choose to pursue it. After the wedding bells ring, it's time to think about the green card process. The green card process is the final step in your journey. After navigating the labyrinth of the 90-day Fiancé Visa, you're now on the threshold of a major milestone, obtaining your green card. This process, while intricate, is the key to unlocking a permanent residence in the United States. The green card process commences with the submission of an application. This application, known as the Form I-485, or the application to register permanent residence or adjust status, is a critical document. It's your formal request to the U.S. government to change your immigration status to that of a permanent resident. In tandem with the I-485, you'll also need to submit the Form I-864, or the Affidavit of Support. This form is a legal contract between you, the sponsor, and the U.S. government, promising that you have the financial means to support your fiancé. The waiting period that follows can be a time of anticipation. This period can last anywhere from a few months to over a year, depending on various factors. During this time, it's essential to keep your contact information updated with the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS, to ensure you receive all correspondence. Then comes the final interview. This is your moment to shine. The interview is conducted by a USCIS officer who will ask you and your spouse questions about your relationship and daily life. The goal here is to verify the authenticity of your marriage. So, honesty is your best policy. Remember, it's normal to be nervous, but keep in mind that this interview is just a conversation. It's an opportunity for you and your spouse to share your love story with the officer. After the interview, if all goes well, you'll receive your green card in the mail. This card symbolizes your new status as a permanent resident of the United States. It's your ticket to living and working in the U.S. indefinitely. With the green card in hand, your immigration journey is complete. You've navigated the complex sea of immigration, and now you can finally set sail towards your new life together in the United States. Navigating the 90-day Fiancé Visa process can certainly be a challenge, but with knowledge and preparation, you can successfully navigate this journey. We've walked through what a 90-day Fiancé Visa is, the application process, what to expect, the next steps, and the green card process. Remember, the journey might seem daunting, but with the right information, it becomes a lot more manageable. It's all about taking one step at a time, and before you know it, you'll have reached your destination. Stay positive, stay informed, and stay determined. Every journey begins with a single step, and you've already taken that by educating yourself about the process. Trust in your ability to navigate this path successfully. But remember, you don't have to do this alone. We're here to guide, support, and provide you with all the necessary information. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. We welcome your comments, and let us know you subscribed in the comment section. Thanks for watching.